All right, with that, I'm going to go ahead and turn it over to our first speaker today. We have Ofri Fuchs. Ofri is a powerful presence coach. She specializes in helping individuals and professionals to unlock their full potential through authentic, confident self-expression. With a rich background in acting, producing, law, meditation, energy therapy, and Pilates, Ofri blends diverse disciplines to guide her clients developing presence that captivates and commands attention. Whether it's in public speaking, on camera, or personal relationships, Ofri empowers people to break through mindset barriers and to embody their most powerful magnetic selves. She's based in Tel Aviv and is passionate about helping others to shine in every area of their lives. Ofri, take it away. It's all yours. Thank you for being here.
Wow, thank you. I'm so excited. Oh my God, look at these beautiful people. Okay, so I want to share my presentation, but only one presenter can share. Okay, so replace current share. So I'm sharing now? Okay, good. How is everyone? I'm shaking my hands like this because I'm warming up. I'm getting some energy in me. And if anyone is coming up after me and needs a little shake, if you're going to be speaking, so you're more than welcome to do that because I'm going to give you the excuse to do that.
You're not sharing now. Were you trying to share slides over?
No, I'm going to share right now with you.
Perfect.
Yeah, I'm sharing right now. Okay, let me see if this is working. Are you seeing this? This is good?
I am. Yes.
Okay, perfect. All right. So, but I want to see more of you guys. So let's do this. Okay, perfect. Now I get to see your beautiful faces. More important than anything. All right, so welcome, being powerful presence. So I'm gonna get you guys to type a little, if you don't mind, just to warm things up. And being powerful presence is like a big, bold statement. So just on a gut feeling, I want you guys to share in the chat, what does that mean for you when you're thinking about powerful presence? What does that mean to you? Any impulse, any gut, you can say my dog is powerful presence. You can say my mom is powerful presence, and or any other association. But do share and let me see. And while leadership, living in the moment, confidence, love, holding space, I love it. How I'm showing up in the moment. Ofri, Dave. Confidence, being in the present moment, sharing from my heart, standing tall, being able to channel my being and energy towards others and to myself, being a bright light. Oh, this is so beautiful. Grounded, gang, thank you. You know my presentation. My choice of being in that moment. Great. So I want to share with you guys what it means for me, powerful presence. And I want you to take a look at this picture. Now, obviously, I see your smiling faces, and this was what I felt when I saw these beautiful faces. And the thing about what's interesting in this picture is if you can imagine that these kids were probably all like child models of some sort, and they were lined up, and there's a cameraman there, and there's a team of people, and there's a director, and the director was probably saying, hey, everyone, on the count of three, go 1, 2, 3, jump, and raise your hands up into the air and go wee or hi, or say something like that, or scream at the top of your lungs, right? So they were aware of what's going on the outside world. But if you look at these beautiful faces, each of every one of them individually is self-expressive. That's right, they're authentic. So they're expressing themselves fully, and kids don't lie. So you know they're in the moment. They're really having fun despite the outside surrounding. So that to me is the essence of powerful presence. Now I want to share something, another picture with you. And I want you to take a look at this picture. This is me. I'm about 17 at this point. And I think I was born 5'10". Not sure, but I'm really tall. And I'm one of those people that you can't not notice me when I walk into a room, or when I used to walk down the street. And despite of my outside appearance, I was maybe present powerfully, but I was never powerfully present. So there was this big person, and I don't know if you can see, so there's this big red, I don't know how I thought like nobody would notice me in this in this look, but if you can see, there's this big dress that I'm wearing that's supposed to cover my body. And if you can see by the look of my arms, I was anorexic at the time, so I was trying to cover that. I was trying to flatten my hair because this big hair was too much, and these big glasses were supposed to cover me. So I was just trying to not to be noticed. It's kind of weird thinking of what I look like over there. Don't look at me. But this is what I was feeling. And I was trying to be as small as can be because I wasn't present powerfully. And I didn't know who I was. And in my opinion, that is also why at some point I turned to acting, because not having a self is you're starting to look for yourself in other characters. So, and through this very dark time, which went on for many, many years, I started going into self-growth and self-development. And one of the phrases, one of the sentences that hit me to the core was the sentence by Maya Angelou. People will forget what you said, people will forget what you did, but people will never forget how you made them feel. And I realized at some point that you can't make people feel good if you feel crappy on the inside all the time, all the time. So I went to work on myself and did a lot of self-growth and self-development. And luckily I am where I am today. And I'll actually share a true story. 2 days ago, my sister-in-law called me up, and she's in the UK, and she's walking her dog, and she's like, hey, Ofri, I'm walking my dog and thinking about you. Seriously, true story. And I was like, I have to put this in the talk today. And she's known me for like 25 years, and I love her to death. And she says, you know what I've noticed? You're not bitter anymore. And I'm like, oh my God, was I really bitter? Like, that is the word. She's like, well, I don't know if you were bitter, but you were really heavy for many, many years. And it's funny because I thought I was covering it up. I thought you can't see. Like, I'm this big flamboyant person. You can't see that I'm deep, dark inside, but you can't fake it. And I was so glad to hear that it's truly authentically gone. And it made me think of what happened? What did I do to get this far and to be who I am being today? And it made me think about what it is to be powerfully present and not just present powerfully, you know? And I realized there's three pillars to being powerfully present. And obviously we all know this, we're all like in this self-development realm, so we know that our true impact starts from within. So the first thing is being authentic. And that is really knowing who you are. And for years, I had no idea who I was. I was always jealous of these people who like, oh, she's got it together. So knowing who you are is the first journey going within. But then this next step is being aligned. So having the courage to have your external expression match your internal world. So that to me is being aligned. And of course, you can't have that without being grounded in who you're being and having that insecurity, self-doubt, fear, all those things that affect you. Once you let those go, you go into your body, you go into your soul, you go into the core of the earth, you're grounded in your being. And you see those little arrows that I created, it's because they're kind of intertwined, they're interconnected. Once you're aligned, then you can be more authentic. Once you're grounded, you can be more authentic or more aligned. So it all works together, and it's like a never-ending spiral of growth and self-development. And the interesting thing is that once you have these three things, once you're authentic and alive, and you keep doing the work, being that, being authentic, being aligned, being grounded, then you get this unshakable sense of who you are and who you be. But not only who you be, but you can also choose, and this goes back to what Julia said about the being, you can always be deliberate on where you're going. on how you engage in the world, on who you're being in the world. And these are all interconnected. So the more you're deliberate, the more you're authentic. The more you're authentic, the more unshakable sense of who you are. And it goes on this never-ending path of growth, which I find is fantastic. So really briefly, I want to touch on, like, we'll call them like the three core elements of life, of the life that we see it, the external life, the more material life, and that shape our lives. And that's how are we being powerful present in our relationship, in the corporate world, in the business world, in your professional realm. And then I also will connect it to what I do, which is public speaking and helping people shine in their external expression. And of course, we're going to start a little bit on, just briefly, on the relationship aspect, because relationships is everything. It's your corporate world, it's your relationship with yourself, with your parents, with your child. And kind of like what Maya Angelou said, people will respond to your energy more than your words. If you've studied NLP, you know that 3% of our communication is our words. Everything else is either body expression or energy. And that's why I couldn't fake it. I couldn't fake being all this big person and not showing my bitterness or my dark side on the outside. So being deliberate about powerful present is about not reacting, but choosing how do I want to shape my interaction, owning my relationship. That is powerful presence. The next element is the corporate world, the business world. So let's say you have this big interview, or you have this big meeting, or this big sales meeting. So wherever you are, you can get into the door based on your resume or your connection. You know, I have this great connection that somebody did for me. I got this big meeting. But it's your presence that will seal the deal. It's your presence that will get you that job. And what is presence? Authentic, aligned, grounded, knowing who you are, knowing who you want to be. So wherever you are, wherever you go, that's where you'll be. So take your best version of yourself to any aspect of life. And lastly, speaking in public, and I'll give you a little, this I actually took, and Julia can relate, from my acting world, because in acting, you're aware of this fourth wall, right? Peter Brook writes about this. So I'm talking in this scene to my mom or to my dad, or I'm fighting with my partner, and I'm pretending that there's a fourth wall and I can't see the audience. But if I want to be powerfully present, and in this day and age, we're talking to cameras, we're doing self videos, we need to break that fourth wall. Like, there is no screen. And that we can do with twofold. That's twofold. One is connecting to the audience by speaking directly to them, feeling the energy in the room. Because now, looking at you, I'm looking at each and every one of you. And that's when you raise your eyes. I love it. But the second aspect of it is the listening. Because speaking in public doesn't necessarily mean that your words are heard. Being in public is also absorbing the energy in the room. Also taking in, are people noticing you? Are they feeling you? Are you feeling them? And are you sending out love? And can they feel your love? And that's breaking through that fourth wall. So just to conclude, how to be powerful how to be powerful present. I took, just because we're talking about acting, the SAG acronym. SAG, if you don't know what it is, it's Screen Actors Guild. But here, it's actually about shifting your focus. That's the S. So shifting from self to service. So once I'm aware that I'm no longer in my head, in my own little insecurities, and what do they think about me, or am I worthy? I'm going to be all about service. Then I can use the AG, which is the awareness of who am I being and who do I want to be. The authenticity, am I connected to myself? The alignment, do I speak what I feel And can I express myself fully? And the groundedness, if that's a word, which helps me create my best and utmost powerful presence. So I challenge you today to choose one area of your life, could be your professional, your relationship with self, and find a place or an area in your life where you feel powerless, less than the best powerful version of yourself, and choose who do you want to be and who can you be to bring yourself forward to be the most powerful version of yourself. Thank you so, so much for your listening. This is me. Be present, be powerful, be you.
Ofri, such a beautiful example of powerful presence. Like, it is just you. There's no separation between powerful presence and Ofri. So you're just a gorgeous example of it. So thank you for leading us through that. I love the little hearts coming through and the reactions. If you don't know how to do that, down at the bottom, you've got the option to react, and that's where the little hearts are coming from. Really, really beautiful job. I loved the self to service as well. So I hope that you take some notes today. Ofri, you want to put in the chat how they can contact you, your socials? Or
yeah, I actually have it here on the slide. You can, if you need to. This is me on Facebook.
We're not seeing your slide.
Oh, you're not seeing my slide anymore? Okay. Well, there you go. I'll put it in I'll stop share then. And how do I stop share? Why am I not stopping share?
I think you already stopped.
Okay, there we go. All right, I'll put it in the chat, no problem.
Okay, great.